We've got an exciting month ahead of us. June marks the middle of the year, and we've had some absolute killer releases in the first half of 2023. Limbus Company, Eruthyll, Honkai, Star Rail, Ether Gazer, and the genre is showing no signs of slowing down anytime soon. What this means is that new gacha games are going to be releasing. New gacha games are going to be entering into beta test phases, and new gacha games are going to be opening up pre-registration periods. With this in mind, if you enjoy staying up to date with what's releasing and more specifically the series, make sure to like the video, leave a comment telling me what gacha you're most interested in, subscribe to the channel, and hit that little bell notification. Oh, and make sure to check out the last episode in this series at the end of the video in case you missed something last month. Before we jump into today's video, I want to take a moment here to thank our sponsors, Snowbreak Containment Zone, an incredible looking 3D sci-fi RPG shooter that I've been covering since its inception. Snowbreak combines character skills, action elements, and a rich narrative into a unique cross-platform experience. If Snowbreak looks like something that you would be interested in playing, then I urge you to go ahead and click that link in the description of the pinned comment below to be taken directly to the game, which is holding its global closed beta test in June. Snowbreak is a gorgeous third-person PvE action shooter with a variety of different skills, weapon types, and highly interactive environments to use to your advantage. With an ever-expanding selection of playable characters to choose between, each with their own diverse playstyles, you're given endless freedom to formulate your own team composition suitable for the encounter that you're in. Players will engage absolutely monstrous humanoid titans, featuring real-time partial destruction, play through a deep visual narrative, learning about the conflict between technology and humanity, fully animated cutscenes, English, Japanese, and Mandarin voice acting, and so much more. Pre-registration for Snowbreak Containment Zone is open, and with the pre-registration goals already accomplished, you can claim your exclusive rewards right now. Snowbreak launches in July. This is going to be one of the biggest gacha releases of the immediate future, so do not miss out. Click that link right now and come and join in. I know we just spoke about Snowbreak, so let me keep this short and simple. As of May 30th, tomorrow actually, after this video goes live, Snowbreak is going to be entering full global closed beta testing on PC, Android, and iOS. PC begins on May 30th, where mobile begins on May 31st. The beta runs through June 14th across both platforms, with a confirmed release date slated for July. Pre-registration is currently available, with over 1 million players already pre-registering for the game in anticipation of its launch. I'll actually be streaming this week for those of you that want to see gameplay of it in real time. I know absolutely nothing about idle games. That's idle spelled with an O, idle, not idle spelled with an E, as in idle. You know, the idle games like Eruthyll, I know plenty about, but I don't watch anime or play games about idols. I can't begin to express why that is. Idoly Pride is a large-scale multimedia project comprised of much smaller projects, including but not limited to the anime and multitude of games. Idoly Pride features an idol combat system, this time spelled with an E, not an O, and puts players in direct control of micromanaging a group of idols as you attempt to grow them as artists, including their fan bases. You can supposedly find singers, dancers, and manage their bookings for events. Global pre-registration is currently open, with a release date confirmed for June 1st. Laidback Camp, also known as Yuru Camp, is a gacha game adaptation of the anime. For those of you unfamiliar with the anime or the game to the same extent, Laidback Camp features about what you'd expect, an experience that revolves entirely around camping. That's the whole premise of the game. Players will be able to set up their own campsites with characters directly from the anime series. There are recipes that you can acquire, camping gear to obtain, with a focus on survival and simulation. Laidback Camp is not your typical action RPG. On the contrary, this is a very chill, very relaxing game to spend some time engaging in less violent activities. The global launch will take place on June 15th. Takt Symphony is a game that I had no idea even existed until it was brought to my attention earlier today. And I'm a little shocked that I hadn't come across it until this point, because the game looks absolutely beautiful. It features some gorgeous character models, stunning environments, and beautiful turn-based combat. Admittedly, when in-game you do take control of chibi characters, which is something that a lot of you are going to find fault with. I held a poll the other day asking if people liked or disliked chibi graphics, and quite a few of you voted no. But I'd like to assume that you guys are still willing to give a game a chance before immediately writing it off purely due to disliking the models utilized. From the surface, the game looks like a pretty traditional RPG, but time will tell how true that turns out to ultimately be. We'll be able to play the game officially, globally, on June 28th. Black Clover Mobile: Rise of the Wizard King is a video game adaptation of the popular Black Clover anime series set within the same world and featuring many of the same events you've no doubt already experienced while watching. The description for the game listed as an action RPG, but from the gameplay that I've seen personally, it seems much more turn-based and action-oriented, but I could be wrong. I haven't gotten to experience any beta tests myself at present, but I am well aware, typically, gacha adaptations of popular anime series are generally low quality, low effort, and also poorly received, which isn't necessarily going to be the case here, especially given this game actually looks pretty damn good visually. The official release is scheduled for June 30th, direct competition for Takt Symphony. Brown Dust 2 is admittedly one of the better looking chibi gacha games on the immediate horizon, with the studio claiming they offer console level graphics, which isn't entirely false. The game really does look quite stunning aesthetically. Brown Dust 2 features a turn-based combat system, albeit one that definitely looks vastly inferior and feels significantly different to its predecessor. There is a functional console mode implemented, allowing us to play the game on our TV for a much crisper, much more HD experience. Honestly, something that I haven't really ever seen done. Pre-registration is currently open, with a final closed beta test being held from June 8th through June 12th. Signups for the final beta test close on May 31st, with players receiving an email with confirmation on June 2nd. Despite its final beta test taking place in the middle of the month, Brown Dust 2 is still confirmed to be fully releasing in June at a yet undisclosed time. And finally, Prometheus is actually one of the cooler looking, more unique titles coming this month. It's an action RPG utilizing real-time action combat, but whereas Punishing Grey Raven and Honkai Impact 3rd as reference here feature 3D models, Prometheus features chibi models and feels much more like MapleStory 2 than anything else. Little is known about the game currently, as they are still very deep in the development process, and they're actually entering into their first closed beta test this month. Unfortunately, it does look as though applications for that beta test are closed, I think. Don't quote me on that, but the beta test will be running beginning June 9th through June 16th. No mention of a full release has been given at present. And that's everything. All of the gacha games slated to release either fully or into some form of test phase this month, at least that I'm aware of. I probably missed one or two. That's bound to happen with more obscure titles. And with the rate that new gacha games literally are announced and released every month, it's all but guaranteed. Nevertheless, these are the games that I have been following, with the exception of Takt Symphony. Now, this isn't all there is to look forward to, though, because if none of these games look like games that you'd be interested in, I urge you to go ahead and check out one of the two videos on screen right now. I'm sure you'll find something that you'll enjoy. Trust me, we have got a very promising looking second half of the year coming. Also, don't forget to try out Snowbreak. It looks too good to pass up.